No matter how much knowledge of PMP you have, project management you have, you can have experience of 3 years, which is the minimum requirement for PMP. And you may have a requirement, you may have experience of 20 years. Does not matter. When it comes to PMP, there are few things that you need to master in order to solve the PMP questions. So we are going to discuss those things, and I'm going to explain my 7-step formula to you guys, how that 7-step formula can help you and go into that. I'm going to go to very basic because we have a lot of batch 4 students that are joining for the first time. And I want to make sure they understand what that thing is, how to do root cause analysis, what root cause is. And I will look into that what are the best practices of root cause analysis and what is the minimum that you should do the root cause analysis. To put in a very simple way, even before we start, root cause analysis for me is the heart and soul of PMP. If you are not doing root cause analysis, it will be very difficult to do PMP. Okay, root cause analysis is the key. But let's get into the basics. Mohit, I'm making you co-host in case people are coming, add them. While also you co-host. Okay, so let's get into that. Let's see how to the root cause analysis and some of the basic rules that we need to while we are solving PMP questions. Okay. So step number one of the most important thing that we need to follow is that unless mentioned in the question, guys, mute yourself, please. Unless mentioned in the question, unless it is clearly categorically mentioned, you will consider yourself as a servant leader. You will consider yourself as a servant leader, which means you will give importance to your team, which mean you will listen to your team, which mean you will act like a mother or father, which means whenever there's a problem, you will identify training need, provide them training, identify training need, and you will provide them that pertinent training, which means you will not guys, please mute yourself. I have said it multiple times before. Whenever you come, always mute yourself. Okay. So, which means we will always find a way to improve our team, which means we will always look to the ways that can help the team to improve. Servant leadership mentality. Is this clear to everyone? Put in the chat box. Is this clear to you or not? And if it is clear, what is clear to you? Put that thing. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Put in the chat box. Servant leadership mentality. We need to have a servant leadership mentality in every single question. Unless it is stated otherwise in any way, we will act as a servant leader. And if you uh, feel hurdle in the concept of servant leader, consider yourself as a mother or father. Like I love this example. If a child is trying to go to the stairs, it's a toddler or a little bit, the mother will stand beside him or behind him so that it does not fall, but she will just look him to try to do that thing. And if he needs training, then she provides that training. This is the core concept behind servant leadership mentality. Servant leader is not always, no, team is good. No, 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 no. Servant leadership goes with the situational leadership. It goes to the situational leadership that the team may need a little bit direction at some time. The team may need coaching, mentor, all the things the team may need at a certain time. So as a project manager, it is your job to make sure the team get all those things. Servant leadership mentality is the first thing that every team should follow. This is the holy grail of solving question answers. Acha ji. Second thing, all questions should be considered as hybrid questions. Unless it is mentioned that you are working in an agile environment, or it is mentioned you are working in a predictive environment. It is mentioned in the question. If it is not mentioned, you will consider yourself as that you are working in the hybrid environment. Now the question comes, what does hybrid environment means, right? If there is a change, you will go to change control. If you want to update a plan, first of all, we will have all plans there. If you want to update the plan, go to change control. You act like a servant leader. You provide trainings to team. You focus on the value. This is hybrid methodology for you understanding that important thing. Okay, these two are important things in solving the question answers. Let's see a few more things. If an unidentified event unidentified event is identified before happening, it goes into risk register. It goes into risk register. An unidentified event is identified. Okay, an unidentified event is identified. It goes to risk register. If an unidentified event occur, it goes into issue log. It goes into issue log. This is another critical thing that we need to look into. When we go to identified, when we go to issue log. Okay. Always look into that. Acha. Now, let's go to the 7-step formula, and then from there we will look into that, how we can improve into that. The most important thing in the entire PMP is read the question slowly. Read the question slowly. Now, you may say that, but clock is ticking. Yeah, I know that. Still read the question. You may say that, but I will run out of time. Yeah, I know that. Still read the question slowly. Why? When I talk slowly, my brain slow down. I read the statement one time. If I read fast, then what happens? I read the question multiple times. I read the question multiple times. You may be saying that to me, sir, we have to read the question again and again because you are reading too fast. 99% of the audience that is sitting in this group, their second languages or third language is English. What is your first language? Put in the chat box. I would love to know that. What is your first language? Put in the chat box. Put in the chat box. What is your first language? So you can see, I love this thing. Urdu, Hindi, Telugu, Punjabi, Creole, what else? Pashto, Tamil, Marathi languages, Sindhi, Odia, Gujarati, Marathi, Malayalam, Arabic, Kannada. So many different audience from so many. But one thing is common, English language is the second language. So you may feel that I'm running out of time. No. You are not running out of time. Slow down. Please slow down. Especially when you are doing the first 13 topics. The most important thing is to understand the concept. The number one rule of solving PMP question is, put in the chat box, slow down. Now this thing I have to put in your again and again, again and again. I know it for a fact. We are wired. No, 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 no. I need to do it early. I know. Slow down. Down. That is the most important thing. Most important thing. You will see. I would like daily. Two students are almost clearing daily or after 2 days, etc., etc. But none of them, at least if I have 100 students, maybe one student say that I ran out of time. None of them ran out of time. So there is something I am doing right. Yes or no? Right? They don't run out of time. And you cannot say that right now we have 987 students in 2 years and 4 months. Okay. 987 students. If out of 987, I guess only 4 to 5 students had time problem. So we are doing something good. Please follow this thing. Step number 1. Step number 2. Acha, this is applicable especially when their question is 3-liner or more. Read the last line first. Why? The last line will tell you what you should do next, what you should have done, what is the best way to do, how this could have been avoided, what will you update, things like that. Okay, we will solve the questions. Like, one thing is for that. Most of the time, you need to know the sequence of that. Now, your question can come, how do I know the sequence? The same videos that I'm putting on daily basis. This comes first. Like, let's say, let's say the sequence. Project charter is made, then along it, assumption log, then stakeholder register, stakeholder engagement plan, communication plan, resource plan, then all other plans are being made. So that is the way to do that, no? Sequence. So are you with me? Does this make sense to you? Okay. So 2 steps to solve the question answers. Second step, or third step actually. Guys, please mute yourself. Whoever is, mute yourself. Please. Co-host, mute everyone who comes. Please. Acha ji. The next step. Now this is very critical. Every question has keywords. Every question has 1 or 2 keywords that change the entire dynamics. Identify those keywords. And I do recommend, while you are doing the root cause analysis, keep the list of those keywords. Keep the list of those keywords. Okay, keep the list of those keywords as you move along. As you move along, that will help you later on. That's why I want you to be on excellent root cause analysis. Acha, next step, identify process group. How many process groups are there, guys? Please put in the chat box. How many process groups are there? Put in the chat box. Put in the chat box. 5. In initiation, you talk about only 3 things: project charter, assumption log, stakeholder register. In planning, we talk about how. Now there are 3 process groups. Seriously, do tell me what are the 3 process groups. Planning, maybe you are referring to domains, people, process, business environment. Maybe you confused it. In planning, we talk about how to do that, scope baselines, how and what. In execution, you are doing it, managing the team, handling the conflict, working. The 4th one is the most interesting one. You are comparing plan versus actual. You are raising the change request. And the 5th one, you are closing everything. Initiation and closing is the most easiest one. You are closing everything. Clear to everyone? Acha. Put in the chat box what happened in each of them. Quickly. Put in the chat box what happened in each of them. Initiation, business assumption log, plans. Okay, good. What else? What else? Keep putting there. Okay, what else? Keep that coming. What else? Execution. What else? This is an important question, guys. Everybody must know. If they don't know, ask me here. This is important. What happened in each process group? Ibadullah, I'm still waiting for your answer. Kamran, your answer I cannot see in the chat box. Sarika, where is your answer? Wajid sir, I don't see your answer. Wajid Khan, Hassel Munir, I don't see your answer. Sohail Anwar, Mohit, need to see your answers. What are your answers here? Please put in the chat box. This is important for everyone. Everyone is clear about 5 process group. This is key of the question answers. If you are not, the video I made like on last Sunday, I'll share it with you. Ask me, watch that video. That's very critical. Or the video I shared today, initiation and planning, that is very critical. What happened in each process group? You don't need to remember. You don't need to remember. You need to understand. Flow. Acha, ji, let's go to the next. Let's go to the next thing. Where was I? Acha. Now, which life cycle we are going to use? This it all comes down to two things we discussed. On the x-axis, delivery. On the y-axis, scope, which is requirement. If scope is variable and delivery is in parts, which life cycle we use? If scope is variable and delivery is in parts, which life cycle do we use? Agile. Well done. If scope is fixed and delivery is in single part, which one we use? Predictive, plan driven. Okay. And if delivery is single but scope can change, if delivery is single but scope can change, delivery is single, one go, iterative. And if delivery is in parts, we will use incremental. Another holy grail of PMP, which life cycle it is. Okay. These three are called change driven. And of course, this is plan driven. Which life cycle you need to use, that you need to look at. But as a general, what we said, if we are unable to decide, or if it is not mentioned in the question, straightforward go for hybrid. Okay. Acha. We are done with that. Understand the role of the like what is actually happening in the question. Try to correlate. All the questions are scenario based questions. All the questions are scenario based questions. And if you don't use all 6 steps and just use this step, you can solve 90% of the questions. Elimination technique. If I put all these 7 steps to 3 things, I want you to do that. First is slow down. Second is identify the keyword. Third is use elimination technique. And if I have to say only do one thing, use elimination technique. Elimination technique. What does elimination technique means? Now that is the $1 million question. Or that is a PMP question, not $1 million. I haven't earned millions, so I should say that. So what is the biggest question here? The biggest question to look into that. The biggest question to ponder here is this. That is if you go to every single option, you go to every single option, you look that option, you look that option, and if you feel that is wrong answer or right answer, you must justify it. Why? You must justify. A is the wrong answer. Why? B is the wrong answer. Why? C may be the answer. Why? D is the answer. Why? So A and B eliminated. You go to C and D. Why do you think C is better than D? Justification. This is elimination. It's easier said, difficult to do. Because you need to do all 6 steps to do the 7th step. You need to do all 6 steps to do the 7th step. Makes sense to everybody? I hope so. Now let's go to the last pro tip I do. You need to do the root cause analysis or lesson notes. I can share this book with you. You can just, I'll share in the group later on, not an issue. So these are the 7 steps. Anything that is not clear to anybody, please ask. Then I'll move to the next step. Then we'll start practicing these 7 steps. I'll use some of the questions that we have already done. Okay. Yeah. Anushka, you don't need that. Don't do that. What to write in the lesson notes. Now I will be coming to that. Okay. Those specific questions, Anushka, maybe we'll answer in the later time. First, I want to work it here with that. Acha. So now let's come to the most important thing. How to do the root cause analysis. What is the best way to do the root cause analysis? There are many ways that are best way. There are many ways. I wouldn't say any of the way is not the right way. You can do the root cause analysis in any way, but we'll come to the root cause analysis in a while. The most important thing right now is to first start doing the question. Let's do one question, 1 or 2 questions, and from there I'll tell you how cause analysis, which way is the best way and which way I like. Okay, makes sense to everybody? Everybody agrees on that? I'll solve the question. Okay. Acha ji. So I put the timer, a big timer, so that, but now that is a beautiful thing. I put the timer, I want you to ignore the timer. To practice. Slow down. Please mute yourself. Put your answer in the chat box. I'll solve after 70 seconds. Put your answer in the chat box. And I need an answer. If A is the answer, whatever the answer is, you need to justify why all 4 options are the wrong options. All 3 options are wrong options. Why this is right, why this is wrong. I need that justification. I need your justification. Acha ji. Step number 1. Which document? I will slow down. I'll read the last line first. Which document? So we're talking about document. Document will ensure that the team follow a consistent approach for decision. Okay. From the last line, the question is very clear and saying that which document we should follow for the team, but which document we should follow for a consistent approach for the team. Okay. Perfectly. Now I'll go to the question. The PM is leading a global project for pharmaceutical company. The drug will be used to save lives of many people. Useless information. I don't care. It is just telling the project manager is working. Okay. In developing this technology, okay, many new AI will be developed, which mean it is not predictive. It is either hybrid, it is or agile. Because new technology, it cannot be planned driven. Okay. Keywords. Okay. Project manager has team from all over the world in different time zone. Means there are different time zone. Like you guys, 76, 77 people of you all are in different time zone. If you want to see what is time with you right now, put in the chat box. What is time with you right now? Put in the chat box. So that is a different time zone. So we want to look into that. They are in the different time zone, the keywords, different time zone, team, document which we need to use. Okay, let's go to the option by option. Some people prefer to read from down to up, and this is a very good approach actually. Why? If we read from A to B, some people get one answer and move forward. Elimination technique says that you must go through each option because one option may look like right, but the other option is better than that. Okay. So this, if you suffer from that, this technique can work for you. Communication management plan. No, communication management plan is not a document. First thing. Secondly, it does not talk about like how to take decisions. It talks about 4 hours of communication. Right information at right time to right people. So that is not my answer. Team charter, yes, that is the right answer. But elimination technique says that I must go to all options. I'll hold it. Stakeholder plan, no, it talks about the strategies required to engage the stakeholders. Project charter, it's a high level document. It has no decision thing. It's a high level document. It does not go into detail how you are going to do that. I'm going to eliminate. I eliminated every single option and I put the justification for that. Okay. Now let's go with that. What we are going to put in our root cause analysis file. Okay. I am going to make a very simple and minimum root cause analysis file that you need to make. If you don't want to make much, first of all, it must be on Excel. Put the topic name, whatever the topic is. Topic is, let's say, team, whatever topic you are doing, 13 topic. Okay. Question number 1, lesson learned. What lesson you learned? Team charter is used for all the team charter is used for all the decisions. And I can put one thing, and ground rule is part of it. That is one way to put into that. And that is enough. That is enough. If you can just do that. The purpose is to go through each option and do that. One of my student, I don't know he's in the coaching call or no, he does this as a root cause analysis and I loved it. That is also okay. I don't ask you to copy the question. He does. He copied the question, he copied the answer, he select his answer, and then he share this was the answer, this was the result, and where he's confused, he put the justification, why it was that, what is it, why it happened, what did he learn. It is also okay. For example, he did the agile one. Question, option, this. Now, if you look at his file, agile, he has now when he want to review, he want to review the lesson learned. He will go to the agile. He will look the justification. What was the lessons he learned? He can put into them. Or at the end of the day, if I would recommend him, keep one lesson learned register where you are putting things that you are learning. That is how you do the lesson. Make your own sheet, motion button. Make your own sheet. I can share that. I'll share it, no problem. Make your own sheets. Make your own lesson. I can share the lesson and sheets of hundreds of students. But if you do that yourself, that is more critical, more important. That is the key here. You do your own lesson. Okay, you do your own lesson. You can look at somebody else exercise regime and you think I can copy to get 6 packs or getting fit, whoever you are. But till you don't do push-ups, you are not gonna get that muscles. I can watch all day Rock, Dwayne Johnson doing exercise, but I'm not gonna get muscles. I may get motivated, I will not get muscles. Mindset, yes. And interestingly, every student will make own lesson. Now, anyone has any question, how to solve question answers, how to do lesson learn, ask. I said it to everyone, wait for the Monday coaching call. I have something special. This was I thought. Now, is it clear to everybody? Now, anyone has any confusion question? You have to do lesson on Excel. It will time consuming. Yes. It will take 4 hours. Yes. It is important. The most important. It is the most important that you will do in the PMP question. If you do the lesson learn of stakeholder, communication, team, agile, risk, the next everything will become easy. I ask you for now, do the for compulsory do the lesson learn of that. Remember when I said that do the lesson learn of stakeholder, you will get, let's say you are getting 8 out of 40 or 10 out of 40. But when you do the lesson learn and this way you do the lesson learn, you will get 35 out of 50 in communication. 30 to 35, something like that, using the control chart. Okay. This is important. This is the key for the entire PMP exam. This is what I love it. Okay. Now, in this coaching call, apart from that, what we do normally, we will solve question answers. And if you have any questions, we will solve those questions and work into that. Okay. So let's solve one question which one of my students bought. And I want all of you to answer that question also. Okay. G, anyone would like to solve this question or why it is not the answer? Anyone would like to raise their hand and want to solve this question with me? Any volunteer? Any brave person? Okay, then I will ask. Pooja, unmute yourself.
Sir, this is like my question only.
No, this Anushka shared.
Yeah. Actually, I shared with Anushka. I asked him,
Okay,
then
I'll ask.
he also confused.
Okay.
That's all.
Onkar, unmute yourself. Onkar.
Yes. Am
Yeah.
I audible?
Hold the question. Audible. Solve this question.
Can I read the question loudly?
Yes, please. I request you.
Okay. A project manager is working on a hybrid software development project to create a new CRM. The team is currently working on the first sprint when a new team members want to spend time checking the codes instead of finishing the sprint to conduct a sprint review. This may
Onkar,
delay the sprint.
Onkar, what is the step number 1?
Slow down.
Are you slow down? This is important. Guys, that's why I said I will keep reminding you guys. This is important. Now it may look like to everyone he's reading slowly, but this is Onkar actual pace. I know that is my one-to-one student. It is his actual talking pace. You need to slow down. This is important, Onkar. Otherwise, what would happen? You have to reread this question. I will say it again. This is a skill that you need to develop. This is a muscle we need to do. Ji Onkar, please now read the question slowly one more time. Slowly mean speak slowly, read loudly.
Yes. A project manager is working on hybrid software development project to create a new CRM. The team is currently working on the first sprint when a when when a few team members want to spend time checking the code instead of finishing the sprint, conduct a sprint review. This may delay the sprint. What should the project manager do in this situation?
Okay, what was who has a background? Subhash, mute yourself, please. Okay. So what has happened in this question? What is the problem here? Onkar, what is the problem here? You muted yourself, brother. Unmute yourself. Onkar, you are on mute. Onkar, you need to
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Now
So what
on
do
a
you,
sprint review, the team wanted to want to spend some time for the code checking. Okay, and the question is what the project manager do in this situation. So the option A is correct because the main goal of the Scrum Master to self-organize or let them decide their own decision first. So
okay.
that's why
So you would go with the A option. You
yes,
would
yes,
go. So
because
this, first of all, did you use elimination technique? Did you justify why option B is wrong, why C is wrong, why D is wrong? Ankar, did you use elimination technique? And interestingly, you did not read the first line, last line first. So that is the
yes,
reason that we need to start with the reading the last line first, then read the question slowly, then use elimination technique. Now, justify me how B, C, D are wrong, how A is right, please.
yeah. I already told that as a Scrum Master,
Okay,
she should allow the team member to decide as a
okay,
self-organizing to take their own decisions. So I
okay,
could see the option A is correct
okay.
first. The option B is inform the team member that this is not the goal of the sprint. Uh, so I think just wait, I will explain this explanation later. I will
You
just
see,
go to see.
you
Uh,
see how suddenly your mind is not accepting now A as a right answer. Now, what
yes,
suddenly
yes,
happened? Your mind is not accepting that A is the right answer. Okay. Now this is
correct.
Onkar, I will recommend it for you that read from last option to first because your mind is wired. You read first, you run away. Still, you build the practice, read from the last option to first. Okay. That will help you.
Mm.
Okay. So I hold B for you. Why not C?
Please tell the few members not to do this and complete the sprint. So, being a team, the Scrum Master should not influence few team members do this or not to do this. So, being a team member, he should take the decision as a whole team decision. So, explaining to few
Sorry,
members
sorry,
is
sorry.
not a correct.
Who will take the decision for team? Scrum Master can take the
The
decision.
no, development team itself taking decision.
Okay, yes, guys, this is one. You can write the keywords as I maybe you can make a document. When I say you these guys like issue risk, Scrum Master can never tell the team to do something. He can ask them. He
Yes.
can facilitate them. Okay. Now, last option. Why D is not the answer?
Inform the product owner of what is happening on the project and why the sprint will be delayed. Okay. So being a Scrum Master, he should handle his team impediment within a team. Okay. So product owner uh, should not be the case in this because it is team conflict along with the Scrum Master. So that's why the product owner role should not play a vital role here. So I think he should not go with the product owner because this is the internal team matter.
Okay. So you're now you have two answers. First, you said A is the right answer, but later on you were saying I will justify B. So I'm waiting for the justification of
Yes,
B answer.
yes. Why I could say that the option B is also check because in the sprint review, before the sprint review, the team should decide whether we plan sprint review or not. In the sprint review, they will not be raised the concern that they need to
Okay.
revise the code and all that.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me rephrase what the question was. The question was that you have agreed to a sprint goal, right? You agreed when you make sprint planning that this will be the sprint goal. Everybody agrees on that. Now you want to do refactoring what is called refactoring. It's like a housekeeping. Refactoring is housekeeping. The code is not right. Let me make it right. And as a result, which can let go the goal of a sprint wasted. Okay. So as a project, as a Scrum Master, your goal is to facilitate them, but your goal is also to make sure that they achieve the sprint goal. Okay. If you look at the line B, if you look at the line B, let's first go have them checking their code and address this issue during the retrospective. Like, let them make the mistake. The option is saying, let them make the mistake and later we will discuss. No, no, no. No. We need to tell them, no, we have agreed to this thing. And the wording is very beautiful. Inform. If the wording was order, it may be a different thing. It is informing them, reevaluating, again telling them that this is the vision. This is the North Star that we agreed. B is the right answer. The answer that is shown correct is wrong. I need to update it. Anushka, do message me or message Hasnan to update it in the group. Okay. The, this is a beautiful example of it, that you should have your concept straight and challenge even me. Sometimes students challenge and I am wrong. I am wrong. You should challenge every single thing. Why? You are learning. You are learning along the way. You need to know why no, why yes. Okay. Why C is wrong, Ran, I'll explain. No, it's not giving direction. Why? He's informing them. The sprint goal has been agreed. He can never give direction. He can give suggestions. Okay. And the contest of, yeah, next. Yes, Aves, but
My, the confusion is that they are working on at the moment on a project. So if we say that the question says that checking the codes instead of finishing the sprint to conduct a sprint review. So these things of discussion, that the team is not going at the right path, that has to be discussed in the sprint review. So I was thinking that let them finish as you said, let them finish the job, and in the review, just point it out them that this is not the right way.
This is retrospective. It does not say that review. It's the lesson learned. Which means with the client, you will have a bad face. Why? It's retrospective. Keywords. What's up?
Yeah, I missed that retrospective keyword.
Why C is the wrong answer? Tell the few members not to do this. You cannot tell them. You cannot do that. So that is the why it's the wrong answers. Okay, guys. With this coaching call, especially which I do with you guys on Tuesday or Monday, we will do it. I want you to only solve 1 or 2 questions, or maximum 5. But I want you to go deep in the question. Okay, bring your queries. The purpose is tomorrow we will have a coaching call, Wednesday coaching call, in which we will solve. I will solve 10 plus questions. Okay, you will solve. It will be live on YouTube, and then on Saturday we will solve 60 questions. The number of questions is not important. Depth is. Yes, Neil.
Yeah, Amir, actually, this particular thing, like the team is also like doing the analysis and development by reviewing all the videos and other stuff. So this might be fall under the team development or training part, which Scrum Master might be helpful and help.
This is not he always do the training, but yeah, if the option can be training, then we need to look into that. We can look into that. We have looked into another one. Product owner interference. No, product owner interference is like you are kind of escalating to the sponsor. Another keyword for you. Escalating to the sponsor or going to the sponsor is always the last resort. And they are your team. Why you want to do that? No. Why don't you justify? Guys, when you ask me what is the right answer, Nupma, you were asking it yesterday. I'm never going to say what is the right answer or not when you are solving a question. My way is not to tell you the right answer or wrong. You tell me, why do you think B is not the right answer? Why C is not the right answer? You need to learn that. Okay? I'll tell it this, and only this time, next time you need to identify it. Inform the product owner. I just shared it with you guys. No? Why would we inform the product owner? It's kind of a telling that your team is not working, or team is, that's a bad thing. You will never do that, never. Okay, let's solve this question now in the chat box. Guys, somebody is unmute, please mute yourself. There's an option in the Zoom where you can send answer directly to me. Please use that option, because otherwise we follow the herd mentality. We do what everyone else is saying. Yeah. Uday Mohsin, there's an option to send direct answer to me. Please do that. Faisal, there's an option. Abbas, but why you are sending it here? Neil, there's an option to send directly answers to me. Please do that. Faryal, what a senior person, yeah, you know that. Send answers directly to me, guys. Burhan, there's an option to send answers directly to me. Achha. Now, this question is only 2 liners. So I can read whatever I want to do. Start. All the deliverables have been completed and accepted by the client. What should the project manager do first to start closing the project? Write down the final report. Maybe not a bad option. I'll not eliminate. Get approval. This is the first step. This can be release the resources. No, it come later. Start writing down lesson. No, it comes after final report. So between C and D, I'll go with the C option. Some questions are easy. Okay, if you know the sequence. Okay, next question. Okay. The project manager is working in a matrix organization. So if we are working in a matrix organization, who has power? Who has power? Both have same. Matrix means balance matrix. When we say balance, okay, this means both. Amit, you can answer me directly. Balance means both. Suku, there's an option to answer me directly. Neil, Kemois, both have same power. So step number 1, whenever the conflict occurs, even without reading the question, this should come to my mind. Whenever the conflict occurs, I should first go to the functional manager and try to resolve the conflict. If it does not happen, then I go to sponsor. Okay, so let's read the question. A resource have left, okay, to join another organization. Okay, a risk has occurred or issue has happened. Need a resource. Whom we should contact first? Question says first. It should be functional manager. It is the right answer. But elimination technique says I must go to all options. Okay. I must go to all options. That is important. Yes, Upma, when it is written matrix, we assume balance matrix. When it is written matrix, we assume balance matrix. No, not predictive, yaar. What a predictive has to do Ganesh? Has nothing to do with predictive. No? The organization, whenever we talk about functions, it's mostly predictive. Okay. Abbas, what confusion do you have here?
The question, as we said, that both PM and functional managers has the power.
Okay.
So when both has the power, so to have a resource, why PM needs to take, to discuss with functional manager? Because both are on the same.
Because he control resources. All the resources are mostly the functional people. The organization, all the resources are in the organization. He first go to them, and when he said no, then we need to go to sponsor. Okay. Elimination techniques is I should go this, eliminate this thing, and we'll work to that answer. Okay.
I just have a question.
Who is talking? Who is talking?
This is Ganesh.
Ganesh. Please always raise the hand. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, please tell me.
So when we over here, I presume this is like an hybrid environment. Okay. And what if this is not a matrix organization, then the project manager has to go to sponsor, right?
If it was a strong matrix, then he has the resources. He does not need to go to that. If it was a functional organization, he still need to go to functional manager. Okay. If it's a projectized, he does not need to go to them. He has the resources. This thing is the key word here. That is the defining factor. What he should do, what he should not do. Okay.
So he won't go to sponsor?
No. The question is first. The question, no. He should have the resources. The question would have been a different question. If it was projectized, he does not need to go to anyone. He is the person who's controlling resources. Why would he go to sponsor? But if it was projectized, then he would go to sponsor. This question would not be projectized. If it was projectized, then he does not know they need to go to functional manager because there is no functional manager there. Okay. Clear, Ganesh?
Yeah, yes, I got it.
Okay. Yes, Vakas.
Sir, as per matrix, when we go to execution, PM have more power, right?
No. Who said that? Where did we say that?
No.
Where did you learn that? Where did I mention that when we go to execution, the PM suddenly got the power?
No, because he handled the project. Function manager only provide the resources.
So,
when execution is starting.
No, where it is written, how we can correlate with that? Because we have already discussed different types of organizations, who has which power in which organization. It has nothing to do with planning, execution, monitoring, and control. It's the type of organization. Okay.
Thank you.
I hope that makes sense to you. There's nothing to, okay, is a facilitator. The escalation go to, yes, escalation, FM and HR. HR is not a word of PMP actually, Faisal. That's why I put HR word specially here to confuse you. Yes, Nishit.
Sir, I have a very normal, simple doubt. As per the options given, function manager is the right answer. Okay. But in a matrix organization which is balanced, PM and functional manager both have got the equal power. They will discuss if there is no solution, they will go to sponsor. Am I right?
Yes, you are 100%
okay.
right.
But then why, as per the question is the answer, but as per the concept, it should not be function manager only.
No, it should
what
be. Nishit, the question says first. The question does not say that he has gone to functional manager and the conflict is not resolved. If the question says that he has gone to the functional manager and the conflict is not resolved yet, then it would go to this other option. No? The question says first.
So it means we should not stick to the one concept only. It all depends on the questions which they are asking.
Yeah, it is the concept. It is the concept. It is one concept. In matrix imbalance organization, both have power. First, you go to the person, then you escalate it. No? Why you are escalating it immediately?
Okay, can I ask one more question? If you
Yes,
allow me.
please.
And there was one question of the agile question, and as
Bring
far
that
as I
question.
remember,
No. Bring question. I told you know that if you have any question that you want to ask from a question, bring that question to me, like Anushka did.
okay,
Thank you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
After completing the task, yeah, it can go back to do we ever go to sponsor? Yes. If in this question, this is a good question, Upma. If the question says that we have gone to functional manager and he's not providing the resources, then we go to sponsor. A sponsor is escalation mechanism. Yeah. Then sponsor. Okay. Facilitator. Okay. Let's go to next. If the question is where to log the issue, then if the question was that he has left it, what should we log? The answer would be issue log. The same question he has left. Good question, Burhan. The question said that the project manager is working in an organization. He has left need a resources. What document he should update first? The answer would be issue log. Always. Good question, Burhan. Okay. Then the sponsor. Why not? Yes, but question ऐसा करोगे तो let's do the last question for today. Mr. You can lower your hand, please.
A senior manager complains that
Who is reading?
he
Please
is not
read
receiving.
in your read yourself. Now this is a very beautiful question. The beautiful this is because two answers look like right answers. Actually, you guys have put 3-4 answers as right answer. Acha, guys, didn't I say that whenever you put the option, give the justification of that answer? Haven't I said that? I did now. So majority of you have put only the option. Only the option. Acha, one more rule of PMP. Whenever a problem comes, what you should do first? Whenever a problem comes, we will always put as a first thing issue. So you got the answer of this question, I guess. Okay, but let me rephrase this question. Let's play with this question. Not receiving the information. What should the project manager do first? It is issue log. What is the best? The question should be, what is the best way to solve this? Now, what is the answer? Faisal, unmute yourself. Mohammed Faisal. Mohammed Faisal. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, I know you said check stakeholder register. That's why.
Yes. Sorry.
Why stakeholder register?
Okay. Just need to check the stakeholder is available or not in the stakeholder register.
But a senior manager complains he's not receiving information. What is 4 hours of communication?
Then in that, yes, right information.
The question has the keyword from 4 hours. How can you go to the stakeholder list? How did you eliminate it? My answer, my question to you will always be 1. How did you eliminate it? Option B.
So in 4R, then it should be B.
Close your eyes.
Implementation plan.
But you see, this answer was not B before, because the question was iterated in a way what you should do first, right? What you should do first. I change the question, then the answer becomes changed. Okay, but when it is 4R, right information at right time to right people to have right impact, we need to go to there. Okay, this is an important.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I hope guys you learned it today. I will make this coaching call public also, that so that you can rewatch it if you want. It's no, Krishna, when you put in the issue log, then you have root cause analysis of issue log, then you can update the plan. That was why it was the first thing to do. But the best thing is to go and work into that. Okay, guys, please remember what are the minimum steps we need to do? Slow down, keywords, elimination technique. If you do root cause analysis, I'm sure you will clear PMP values. This is a request to all of you, please do the root cause analysis for sure. Yes, Ali's iPhone.
Hi, sir. So you rephrase the question, but what if that the first question says not first, what PM should do next?
Next
Then
is
also issue log.
Issue log. Again, next issue log. It's the same.
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. Issue log, because yes, if something happened and not identified, it's an issue. Okay. It's an issue. Gee, anyone has, I don't understand how it's an issue. Because it's a problem. That's why it's an issue. It's a simple thing. You did not identify anything that the problem is an issue. What is the confusion in there? Anything that you don't know is the problem. Please slow down. Yes, Krishna. Gee, Tala.
Sir, actually, as you told us, that for changing any kind of plan, we need to go to the change control board. But as you said, what is the best solution? Either we first need to check our stakeholder register,
No.
that what kind of priority of this
No.
stakeholder.
The question says right information. No? It is a right information. When it comes to right information, then it would go to 4R. The question nowhere said that you did not identify the stakeholder or a new stakeholder comes, things like that. No.
So it's already mentioned that it is a senior manager. So it means it's already identified.
Identified or not identified, that's a later on thing. He's not receiving information. No? He was expecting that information. No? So he should have been in the stakeholder. So we need to update that. Yeah. But keep doing that. Keep doing that. Guys, I will get down to this for thousands of time only with one thing, with the root cause analysis. And while you are solving question, if you have any confusion, feel free to put in PMP as parent group. There are 100 plus certified PMP in it. 100 plus. And more than 50 more who are near to clearing the exam, like Anushpa, like Pooja, like Ganesh, like Srinivas, many people who are very near to clearing the exam. So that discussion for me, 99% of the time, I will not get into that discussion. I will let them solve that discussion. Okay. Unless I feel, okay, now that's too much, I'll go jump into it. Because as a servant leader, my job is not to always interpret. With that, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. I'll share a YouTube link and we will have a coaching call on YouTube. On Saturday, we will have 4-hour coaching call, 8 p.m. to 12. We will solve 60 questions. Please book your Saturday. I understand for some people it will be very difficult, but it is important. 60 question answers. It's very important. Okay, that can make or break the. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sasriyakal, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Bye bye.